Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You're watching The Political Vigilante. We have with us here Mark Burgess, who you might know as Ember33 on the live chat, who is correct me if I'm wrong, you're a delegate for the Green Party convention. Is that right?
Well, I'm not a delegate yet, but I'm trying to see if I can either be a delegate or caucus for Jesse Ventura. But something that I just found out a couple hours ago was I was talking to Chad Wilson on Twitter, and he is the only Green Party candidate not allowed to speak at the convention.
Well, that's crazy. So today was day one. They're having a virtual convention, if that's correct. And so what did you, other than learning that Chad Wilson is the first, he's not allowed to be why is this little Green Party having all these, are they just, why are they trying to be so much like the Democrats and just be like, what did you get from day one today?
Well, day one was was interesting. I guess the first 2 days are just webinars because, like that's what state Green Parties do as well. They do webinars for education and also to do like candidate classes to like say like, oh, here's how you run a campaign. This is like how you raise money. This is how you do this. So there's always that set of webinars, and then there's always another set for people who are not trying to run but want to like learn about things or be active in their own community. So the first session was about nuclear war and the race to like annihilation in the new Cold War. It was an interesting talk.
Okay.
They were talking about the weaponization of space, and they were talking about how nuclear energy, it's kind of dangerous to store it because it can be used as weapons later. So even though thorium, like I haven't watched that segment yet, but when you talk to I don't know, a guy who is advocating for what?
Yeah, his name is Rick Shepard, about thorium nuclear energy and how it's way better. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if the presenter knew about thorium, but he was at the position that it was dangerous to store nuclear energy, even if you're just using it for energy, because war hawks might try to commandeer it and say national security and stuff. So yeah, and the workshop number 2, it was about eco-socialism. It was pretty interesting. There was a presentation about like what eco-socialism means and like what they wanted to accomplish. But as I'm talking right now, I just forgot that they made this fabulous analogy about nuclear weapons. Like they viewed society as a Jenga game, and each block being pulled out is a treaty. And so like they said, if too many treaties are pulled out, the entire Jenga tower will crash down. So it was a good analogy. I actually liked that.
Okay.
Yeah, and the third webinar, it didn't go well as planned because the speaker who was invited, I kid you not, he was double booked and he chose to go to the press conference instead. Yeah, so he was supposed to talk about how COVID is affecting the Black community, which is a great subject. I wanted to bring up to the guy about the Navajo Nation, but he didn't show up. Starlene Rakin or something, she was hosting the call, but according to her, she doesn't really control the call. It's the whatever committee that like handles like webinars or whatever. So like they have these committees that like even if someone else is volunteering to host, it's like they don't have a say whether or not like to keep going or to stop or something. But when we were waiting and waiting for the guy to show up, Stalin was like, "Hey, why don't we just do a roundtable and not waste time because there's no other. This is the last webinar of the day, and let's just give everyone a chance to talk and say how COVID's been affecting them personally and in their community.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know anything happening in your state, you can let us know." And one of the things I asked her before she decided to do that was if she knew about the Navajo stuff when I was still typing in the Zoom chat. She said she had no idea about it.
Really?
Yes. I was so surprised. She's like one of those people who work in the National Party, has no idea about the Navajo region.
Man, well, I'm glad I covered it on this show because they need help. They need coverage. They need people talking about it.
Yeah, the party of Native Americans and the party of like all the people claiming to do what Elizabeth Warren likes to tote. Yeah. But I have to do a quip about that. But so we were all like doing talks. It was nice. Actually, I saw one of the fellow patrons of Ron Placone in there in the webinar.
Nice.
So she showed up. Like she is one of Ron's friends. She has a cat, so people were talking about cats a little bit. Kind of funny. But I'm kind of jumping all over the place. But by the time it got to my turn to say what I wanted to say, I was going to talk about, since I didn't have a chance to talk about it there, I was going to talk about how there were two separate times I tried to get out of the house. One to get a haircut at a place in Quincy, and then I tried to go to a 4th of July day after party because they weren't social distancing on the day of the social. Both events didn't go well. No one was really following the rules at all. So I had to go home with a tail between my legs. And when I was at the day after party, one of my close family friends just like coughed in my direction, just covering his mouth like this. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm gone. I was wearing a mask at the time, but I was like, I was freaking the fuck out in my head. Mm-hmm. I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like his grandson just blew past me. I could barely get out of the way, and because I didn't have my mask on yet, and so I was gonna bring that up, and so there might be another spike in Massachusetts, but Massachusetts seems to be one of the few states doing kind of well, like having a controlled growth. Mm-hmm. But according to some metrics, COVIDactnow.org says that Massachusetts might achieve herd immunity, but it might take years for it to happen. But I guess I don't know.
Was there any major policy discussions during this day one that from the Green Party convention that stood out to you?
Well, the thing that stood out to me, the first thing I mentioned was a Jenga analogy for like, and the guy was talking as if no one played Jenga before. So it was like, this is how you play the game. Yes, we all know how to play Jenga. Calm down. Yeah, but no policy was really talked about other than the Eco-Socialist live stream. It was led by David Cobb, and he was one of the people leading it, and Margaret Kimberly was one of the speakers, and she is from the Black Agenda Report, mm-hmm. and she's very sharp. She like talks like Cornel West, like she's really good. Yeah, so she was just talking about like how kind of like similar to what you're talking about, like how we're in a failed state and how like everything's being exposed and everything. But
so what's your take? I mean, what's your takeaway? I mean, I know it's just day one and this convention is going to go on for a while, but you know, what do you like? Do you think any sort of real change or movement's going to come out of that party? Do you think they're going to, or is it just going to be more this sort of crazy infighting and?
I got a taste of that a little bit today because, like, to kind of a little foreshadowing because as I was rambling around trying to get to the last point, like how the thing ended was by the time it got to my turn to talk, the guy, the speaker who was supposed to show up but didn't, like called one of the people on the phone and that was at the live stream with us, and he's like, "Oh, he's canceling. He wants to do this at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow." And they're like, "Okay, goodbye, bye." And then I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, we changed to this roundtable setup, and this a missed opportunity. So I sent Starlene an email saying if I had an opportunity to object, I would have said so. But she said, "I kid you not, like, oh, I'm sorry that happened, but I'll pass your criticism along to the committee that's responsible for these things. But I'm just a host of the call. Like, I don't have any power to not close it."
Right.
Like, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." I didn't reply, but I was like, that was what I was thinking. I was just getting so frustrated that she was trying to tell me that she was like the one lone man in the Senate. Like, I can't do anything. Like, I'm only just one guy with 5 million people behind me. Yep. Yeah, you know, I'm doing the Bernie Sanders trying my best.
Well, before we let you go here, Mark, do you think that there's any shot of this convention at the end of it, like willing to pick Jesse Ventura?
Well, I heard rumors that credentials were being pulled, but I hope that's not true. But Harry Hawkins' side is like really, really corrupt and disturbing, and they block people all the time. Their live stream chat says deleted message, like they're censoring everybody. It might be a mess if Jesse doesn't show up when he has acquired enough delegates to speak at the convention if he wants to. That's according to Chad Wilson when he told me via tweet. Like, he said, Jesse Ventura can talk if he wants to. So I super chatted Jimmy and Steph at the live stream today, and I asked them if they could talk to Jesse and stuff. And I saw Steph show like beaming, smiling, like with the good news, like she was happy that at least he had delegates. Yeah.
All right.
So it was, yeah.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for doing that and taking your time to join the show today. Follow Ember33, folks, and we'll see you in the live chat, my friend.
Yeah, 1333 on Twitter.
Right, Emberg1333 on Twitter. All right, buddy. Thank you for taking time with us today.
No problem.
All right, later.
Later.
Shave your knuckles for justice. There you go, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.